And welcome to the channel. In today's video, we'll dive into the top 10 countries that support Japan against North Korea. The relationship between Japan and North Korea has been fraught with tension, historical animosity, and geopolitical rivalry. Since the Korean War, North Korea and Japan have been enemies, with the Japanese occupation of Korea still influencing their modern-day relations. North Korea's nuclear weapons program, missile tests, and abductions of Japanese citizens have been a source of conflict with Japan. As of 2025, North Korea's continued military provocations and Japan's desire to secure its national sovereignty and regional stability have kept this relationship tense. But why do certain countries stand firmly in support of Japan against North Korea? What are the geopolitical, strategic, and emotional reasons behind their support for Japan? How do these countries view North Korea's threats to the security and stability of the East Asia region? Like, subscribe, and watch till the end to discover the countries that are deeply invested in supporting Japan in its fight for sovereignty, regional peace, and security. Let's explore the global alliances that shape the dynamic between Japan and North Korea. Number 10. Moldova. Moldova's support for Japan against North Korea is shaped by shared values of sovereignty, democracy, and regional security. While Moldova may seem geographically distant from the Japan-North Korea conflict, its stance aligns with broader anti-authoritarian principles and its desire for stability in the international system. In 2025, Moldova continues to back Japan diplomatically, especially in the context of North Korea's provocative actions, including missile tests and nuclear proliferation. Moldova, which has long been committed to European integration and anti-imperialism, sees Japan's fight for sovereignty and security as part of a broader struggle against authoritarian regimes. Emotionally, Moldova supports Japan because of their shared experiences with regional security challenges and foreign interventions. Moldova, which has faced its own challenges with Russian-backed separatism in Transnistria, empathizes with Japan's need to protect its territorial integrity and defend against North Korean threats. Moldova's diplomatic support for Japan comes from a commitment to international stability, human rights, and sovereignty. By aligning with Japan, Moldova signals its dedication to countering North Korean aggression and supporting peaceful conflict resolution in the Asia-Pacific region. Number 9. Mexico. Mexico's support for Japan against North Korea is influenced by shared democratic values, commitment to regional peace, and a desire to counter North Korean provocations. As a country deeply invested in international diplomacy and security, Mexico views North Korea's nuclear tests and missile launches as a serious threat to global stability. In 2025, Mexico continues to support Japan's right to defend itself and its territorial integrity in the face of North Korean threats. Mexico has consistently advocated for a strong, unified response from the international community to address North Korea's nuclear ambitions and its aggressive rhetoric. Emotionally, Mexico supports Japan due to shared concerns over nuclear proliferation and the desire to protect non-nuclear states. Mexico, which is a strong proponent of disarmament, sees Japan's fight against North Korean nuclear weapons as an essential issue for global peace. Mexico's support for Japan is also shaped by a regional security perspective. As a member of the United Nations, Mexico has been vocal in denouncing North Korea's provocative actions and has called for stronger international sanctions against North Korea. Mexico believes that Japan's security is tied to the global security framework, and therefore backing Japan is crucial to maintaining peace and stability in the region. Number 8. Philippines. The Philippines' support for Japan in its conflict with North Korea is deeply tied to regional security concerns, shared democratic values, and a commitment to peace. The Philippines, located in the Asia-Pacific region, views the rising tensions in East Asia, especially North Korea's missile tests, as a direct threat to regional stability and security. In 2025, the Philippines continues to stand by Japan, particularly in the context of North Korea's nuclear ambitions and its provocative missile tests. The Philippines recognizes that North Korean aggression directly impacts its own security and regional peace. As an ally of the U.S. and a member of the United Nations, the Philippines supports Japan's sovereignty and right to defend itself against North Korean threats. Emotionally, the Philippines aligns with Japan because both countries face the challenge of dealing with authoritarian regimes in the Asia-Pacific region. The Philippines also shares Japan's desire to maintain a peaceful, non-nuclear region, free from military aggression. Philippines' support for Japan is driven by geopolitical considerations, ensuring that North Korea's military provocations do not destabilize East Asia and undermine the security of neighboring nations. The Philippines believes that North Korea's actions threaten the security architecture of the region, making Japan's defense of its sovereignty a crucial cause for regional peace. Number 7. Turkey. Turkey's support for Japan against North Korea is influenced by shared democratic values, a desire for regional stability, and a common opposition to nuclear proliferation. Turkey, as a NATO member, has long been committed to promoting global peace, security, and sovereignty, making it a natural ally for Japan in its struggle to defend its territorial integrity and security against North Korea's nuclear provocation. In 2025, Turkey continues to support Japan, particularly in the wake of North Korean missile tests and nuclear weapons development. Turkey has consistently expressed its opposition to North Korea's nuclear weapons and has called for strong international sanctions against the regime. Emotionally, Turkey supports Japan because both countries are committed to peace and regional security. Turkey, having dealt with its own regional security concerns and NATO partnerships, understands the importance of defending sovereignty against foreign threats. Turkey's backing of Japan is also motivated by its strategic alliance with Western powers, including the US and EU nations, which share concerns about North Korea's actions. Turkey believes that North Korea's destabilizing activities in the Asia-Pacific region have global implications, and supporting Japan is crucial to maintaining peace and preventing further escalation of tensions. Number 6. United States. The United States' support for Japan against North Korea is rooted in strategic alliances, shared values of democracy, and a commitment to regional stability. The U.S. has been a long-standing ally of Japan and views North Korea's provocations as a direct threat to both Japan's security and global peace. In 2025, the U.S. continues to back Japan's sovereignty and security, particularly in the face of North Korea's nuclear weapons program and missile tests. The U.S. maintains a strong military presence in Japan and has vowed to defend Japan against any potential North Korean aggression. Emotionally, the U.S. supports Japan because both nations share a deep commitment to democratic values and peaceful resolution of conflicts. The U.S. sees Japan's defense of its sovereignty as integral to regional peace and global security. The United States' support for Japan is also based on geopolitical strategy. As a key player in Asia-Pacific security, the U.S. views North Korean actions as a threat to its allies in the region, including South Korea and Japan. The U.S. supports multilateral sanctions against North Korea and advocates for diplomatic measures to de-escalate tensions. Number 5. India. India's support for Japan in the Russia-North Korea conflict is influenced by shared regional security concerns, geopolitical considerations, and a strong commitment to opposing nuclear proliferation. India, as an emerging global power in the Asia-Pacific, views North Korea's nuclear ambitions as a regional destabilizing force and strongly supports Japan's sovereignty and defensive efforts. In 2025, India continues to support Japan's right to defend itself against North Korean threats and sees North Korea's nuclear weapons as a direct threat to both Indian and Japanese national security. India is a key advocate for non-proliferation efforts and strongly believes in the global commitment to nuclear disarmament. Emotionally, India supports Japan because both countries face regional security challenges and have been long-time victims of militarized regimes seeking to undermine their sovereignty. India has faced regional aggression from Pakistan and understands the importance of protecting territorial integrity from external threats. India's support is also influenced by a desire for regional stability, where both Japan and India play vital roles in securing the region against North Korea and China's assertive behavior. India aligns with Japan's commitment to defending democracy and ensuring peace in the face of growing threats. Number 4. Australia. Australia's support for Japan and its security issues with North Korea is based on shared democratic values, regional security concerns, and long-standing alliances with Japan and the United States. Australia, as a key member of the Asia-Pacific, views North Korea's provocations as a direct threat to regional peace and thus stands firmly in support of Japan's sovereignty and security. In 2025, Australia continues to advocate for strong international sanctions against North Korea and supports Japan's right to defend itself from North Korean missile tests and nuclear weapons development. Australia has been a strong voice in international forums calling for multilateral action to curb North Korea's nuclear ambitions. Emotionally, Australia supports Japan because both countries share a commitment to freedom, democracy, and regional peace. Australia recognizes that North Korea's aggressive behavior not only threatens Japan, but also regional stability in the Asia-Pacific. Australia's backing of Japan is also driven by its strategic partnership with Japan in the Indo-Pacific region. By supporting Japan's defense, Australia strengthens its own position in countering threats from North Korea and ensuring peaceful cooperation in the region. Number 3. Ukraine. Ukraine's support for Japan is shaped by shared values of sovereignty, resistance to authoritarianism, and a desire to protect regional peace. Ukraine, having faced its own territorial integrity challenges with Russian aggression, strongly identifies with Japan's struggle to defend itself against North Korean provocations. In 2025, Ukraine continues to support Japan, particularly in the context of North Korea's growing nuclear capabilities and ballistic missile tests. Ukraine, which has suffered Russian military aggression in Donbass and Crimea, fully understands the importance of defending territorial integrity from hostile powers. Emotionally, Ukraine's support for Japan is rooted in shared empathy for countries facing foreign military threats. Ukraine has consistently called for a strong international response to North Korea's provocations, supporting Japan's right to self-defense and regional peace. Ukraine's alignment with Japan also reflects its desire to counter global authoritarianism and uphold democratic principles in the face of North Korea's leadership. By supporting Japan, Ukraine aims to demonstrate solidarity against oppressive regimes and secure a peaceful future for the Indo-Pacific and beyond. Number 2. South Korea. South Korea's support for Japan in its conflict with North Korea is influenced by shared security concerns, historical ties, and a commitment to regional peace. Both South Korea and Japan are directly threatened by North Korea's nuclear weapons program and missile tests, making them natural allies in the fight against North Korean aggression. In 2025, South Korea continues to stand with Japan, particularly in its diplomatic efforts to address the growing threat of North Korea's nuclear proliferation. South Korea has also provided military support to Japan, ensuring the region remains secure in the face of North Korean provocation. Emotionally, South Korea's support for Japan is deeply tied to shared regional concerns over North Korean military escalation. South Korea and Japan both understand the importance of protecting their sovereignty and maintaining stability in the Asia-Pacific. South Korea's support for Japan is also driven by its desire for regional collaboration to prevent North Korea's nuclear weapons from further destabilizing the Indo-Pacific region. By supporting Japan, South Korea ensures long-term security and peace in the face of North Korea's growing influence. Number 1. Canada. Canada's support for Japan against North Korea is rooted in shared democratic values, commitment to international security, and regional stability. As a member of NATO and the United Nations, Canada has consistently supported Japan in its right to self-defense and sovereignty in the face of North Korean threats. In 2025, Canada continues to back Japan diplomatically, particularly in calling for international sanctions against North Korea and supporting Japan's defense measures in response to North Korean missile tests. Canada has consistently participated in global efforts to halt North Korea's nuclear program through UN resolutions and military cooperation with Japan. Emotionally, Canada supports Japan due to a shared belief in democracy, human rights, and international peace. Canada understands that North Korea's actions not only threaten Japan, but also pose a global security risk. Canada's backing of Japan is also driven by its strategic interests in maintaining a peaceful and secure Asia-Pacific region. As a key ally of the US and Japan, Canada is committed to countering North Korean aggression and supporting regional security. By backing Japan, Canada strengthens global peace efforts and reaffirms its commitment to democracy and freedom. These countries support Japan against North Korea for reasons rooted in shared democratic values, regional security, and opposition to North Korean aggression. From military cooperation to diplomatic backing, these nations stand united in their defense of Japan's sovereignty. Like, comment, and subscribe for more insights on global relations. See you next time.